This is a little demonstration of how to do smart graphs in Excel, where you build up the graph for the student so you can explain everything that's being built. We begin with, let's go all the way back to the beginning. This is the utility function, and that's this blue curve here. There is a parameter that measures the risk aversion of the utility function. I'm going to lower it. That is lessen the risk aversion. And when you do that, if you lower it all the way down to 0, there we go. It's completely at 0 now. That's a straight line. In fact, it even allows you to make it negative to make it somewhat convex. I'm going to go back to the way it was before and make it positive, and that's a concave function. So there is the utility function. Now we're going to start plotting, and the first thing we're going to plot is the lower value of the lottery, x1. Then we're going to plot the higher value of the lottery, x2. In this case, you can see x1 is 250 and x2 is 2250. Then we're going to plot the utility of x1, u of x1, plot the utility of x2, u of x2. Next we will plot the expectation of x. The expectation of x is somewhere between x1 and x2. If I increase the probability p, that's making x1 more likely. It moves the expectation of x closer to x1. If I lower p, that moves the expectation of x closer to x2. Okay, so I'm going to make it somewhere around here. Now we will plot the utility of the expectation of x. If you got the expectation of x for certain, that's the utility you would have. The next thing we're going to do is to begin to construct the oops, I went too far here, so let's go back. The interesting economic results. So we're going to plot the chord between the points x1 u of x1 and x2 u of x2. This is the straight line segment that joins those points. The function lies above the chord for all points in between. That is a defining property of concave functions. The result we want to show is that if you go up from expectation of x to the chord, the height is the expected utility of the lottery. That's what we want to show. And there's a little bit of arithmetic to get to that result. If that's true, then the amount for certain that gives the same utility as the expected utility of the lottery is called the certainty equivalent. And now to do the math to get to the result, what we are going to do is extend the horizontal line at u of x1 and look at this triangle and compare it to this triangle. So that's all you have to it.